Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Just want to make a real quick video of showcasing my Don Drysdale collection. The reason why I want to showcase this, it's very cool. I actually love Drysdale. I love the Brooklyn and the LA Dodgers. I actually like East and West Coast. I like the LA Dodgers and I like the New York Yankees. However, Drysdale is one of the people, and Koufax, but mostly Drysdale, that I've collected for a long time. And I recently had an opportunity to purchase almost every single original Don Drysdale card in I would say mid to high grade. So I wanted to show them off to you guys real quick. And I did have somebody asking me about Drysdale in one of my other video comments. So thank you for asking, and I thought it was a great suggestion. So I'm going to show you guys my whole collection here. If you guys don't know how to reach me, if you have any questions or whatever it is, right there. And then also want to show you guys my Instagram. The reason why the Instagram is important, guys, I just opened it up like 2 weeks ago, but what I do on my Instagram is I get down to the really nitty gritty. Anything I post on Instagram, it's part of my personal collection. Either I currently own it, I used to own it, well, that's really it. Either I currently own it or I used to own it and I bought it and I sold it, and I tell you guys what I sold it for, what the profit was, what the timeline was, so I don't give you guys like really general things like, oh, I made a bundle on it, or oh, this was a good buy. No, I tell you guys, I purchased for this much, this many months ago, I flipped it for this much, and then I will even tell you where I sold it or where I bought it. And if you guys want to know, you're always more than feel free to reach out to DM me or comment and ask me, and I'm happy to tell you. What we do on this channel, if you're tuning in for the first time, is we do three things. The first thing is that we absolutely educate you guys on any type of sports investments and things that are going on in the hobby. Mostly it would be the high-end stuff, or even if it's not high-end, it would be most of the vintage stuff. I do break some modern stuff, but most of it is going to be regarding vintage material, whether it's unopened material, single cards, complete sets, wax boxes, whatever it is, okay? However, another thing that we do is we break vintage wax. So I got a couple videos out there already breaking packs from the 70s and so on, and I just want to let you guys know there's a lot more vintage wax pack and box breaks coming. Okay, and then the third thing we do, and this is probably the most important thing, is we encourage you guys, I encourage you guys to go out there and invest in some type of sports memorabilia or sports cards or sports autographs, whatever it is. Okay, you don't have to, but you will regret it. This market is blowing up. It has already blown up since 2014 to 2019. It's probably quadrupled in most sections. And part of the reason is people realizing that this stuff is just really awesome, okay? So if you guys haven't realized how great this stuff is, whether it's financially or whether it's just fun, please go ahead and jump on it and invest in some sports memorabilia. Okay, guys? Now, without further ado, I want to show you guys my Don Drysdale collection. Here it is. I'm going to show you from his very first rookie card to his very last active card as an active player. So 1957 Topps, Don Drysdale. And this one's a PSA 6, I believe. Yep. You'll see there's some little label scratches here. It's just somebody had made some notes, the way they had organized their collection. Actually, the person I purchased it from. Okay, so that's 57, that's a 6. We have 1958 second year, and that one I believe is also 6. This one is gorgeous. I mean, look at the color on this thing. This thing is wild. I love 1958 Topps. Okay, especially that card. And then we got 59 Topps. This one's kind of a treat. Boom! PSA 9, mint 9. Is my camera focusing? There it is. Okay, beautiful. I mean, the thing looks like a 10, minus the centering is off by a couple of hairs to the right. But nevertheless, I love this card, okay? Next one, 1960 Topps. One of definitely the tougher cards of Drysdale and just about anybody else, simply because of the vertical design. And they use so many different beautiful colors that there was always some type of print dot or some type of ink or some type of printing issue that is very common with 1960 Topps. But there's that one, and again, that one's a 6. Okay, let's see, what else do we got? 1961, again, boom! PSA Mint 9. Yep, that one's a sweet one. And I love this card because the colors, although they're not supposed to be on 61 tops, they're almost kind of pastel. If you take a look, they're just, I don't know, but something about it is, although it's pastel, it's also kind of bold in a weird way. So, love 61 tops. All right, next one up, 1962. Definitely one of the toughest cards, toughest sets to get any card in high grade, especially the Roger Maris card, the #1 card in the set. I mean, this one is just such a tough card. Some people think they're ugly because of the brown borders, just like 55 Bowman. I do love this set. I don't care what anybody says. And actually, if you know anything about 1962 tops, you know that the majority of the most difficult cards in the set are actually the commons and the high numbers. The stars obviously are difficult and they're very, very pricey. But the commons and the high numbers and the team cards in this set, very tough to acquire. So 1962 tops, and that one was a PSA 8. Okay? 1963 tops. Another tough card due to the centering issues, but PSA 8, Don Drysdale. Boom, that one's nice. I love that one. I love the red. And of course, this was tough to get in high grade, or is, because although the top borders are white, the bottom border is always some type of color like yellow or blue or orange or green. And any color bordered card, whether it's partially colored or all colored like the 62 was, any colored border card, 71 tops, 70 tops, 75 tops, all of those are going to be more difficult to get in higher grade due to the colored borders, simply because it just, the eye appeal, the wear and tear shows more often than a white border. I know that's very subjective, but that's just the reality of our hobby. You might have a little white speck on a white corner and it won't show, but you have a microscopic little teeny tiny white speck on a red border or a brown border, boom, it's gonna show. Okay, 63 Fleer, one of my favorite cards. In my opinion, this is a very undervalued set, simply because the cards were just beautiful, and there wasn't as much of a production run on these. And of course, it was Fleer trying to make their comeback in the late 50s and 60s, and then they once again disappeared until the 80s. Thank God we have 86 Fleer basketball, Michael Jordan. But anyhow, that's a different story. So there's that 63 Fleer, Don Drysdale, PSA 9. Okay, we also have 1964. Also, boom, PSA 9. Gotta love it. This is a beautiful card. One of my all-time favorites as well. And again, Drysdale and a PSA 9. How can you really ever really complain about that card? Just beautiful. Okay. Next one, 1965 tops. PSA 8. Very nice. 65 tops is one of my favorite sets, simply because it's one of the best, if not the best, rookie class set. Now, I'm not saying it has the best rookies. Obviously, 68 has Nolan Ryan and Johnny Bench. 63 has Pete Rose. But 65 has the most amount of Hall of Famer or superstar rookies in that set. Okay? So, sure, based on quantity. 66, PSA 8. You know, and I actually love this card so much that I recently picked up a PSA 3 of this card. And although I have the PSA 8, I just really love the PSA 3, so I just thought it was really nice. It was centered well, so I bought that one as well. But why am I talking about the PSA 3 when I'm holding the PSA 8? There it is. Another beautiful set. Nice colors. Okay, and then we have the 67. This one, I believe, is also a PSA 9. Let me do that again, guys. Boom! PSA 9. I totally forgot that this one was a 9. So there it is. A lot of glare, guys, in the video. Sorry about that, but I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you guys to see. Okay. And then, that was 67. Boom! PSA 10. 1968. Now that is a treat, guys. Look at that beauty. 1968 tops. Don Drysdale. Second to his last year in a Gem Mint 10. I'm going to get this reholdered pretty soon. PSA has a Public Friday coming up. This one is in an older holder, so not too fond of that holder, but you know, for some people it makes a big difference. For me, it's not that big of a deal. I just kind of wanted in a newer holder, that's all. So 1968 Topps Don Drysdale PSA 10. Absolutely gorgeous. And then last but definitely not least, 1969 Topps, his last original year from his playing days. And here it is. Boom! PSA Mint 9. Get that camera to focus. Okay. You guys could see it. PSA Mint 9. So I think the lowest grade Drysdale, original Drysdale I have is a 6. And then the rest are 8s, 9s. And then of course there's that one sweet, let me say it again, sweet PSA 10. Alright. I have a couple other Drysdales, of course, 61 Topps, strikeout leaders, ERA leaders, and also has a Colfax on them. And then I have the 63 ERA leaders as well. So a lot of really nice cards, but I was just showing you guys the originals of all the regular cards, the regular issue cards, whatever you want to call them. So here it is, guys. 1957 to 1969 original Don Drysdale cards, all PSA graded. This is the collection. Thank you very much for your question, by the way, wanting to see the Drysdale cards. So I made a video just for you. Thank you again. And I'll see you guys next time. And if you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's a lot of great content coming, and I also currently have a 500 subscriber contest giveaway. 3 great prizes, not one like most YouTubers do. So please go ahead, subscribe and comment, like if you want to, and go ahead and check out that video too if you guys want to know what the prizes are. All right? Thanks again for joining me, guys. See you next time.